This is what $200 will buy you in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia for groceries this week, the last Wednesday in September. For those that don't know me, my name is Tracy. I live just outside of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. We are a family of 5 trying to keep on a budget for 2025. Now, my budget goal for 2025 for the 5 of us is under $7,000. This is everything I was able to get today for $200. Okay, so I went to Gateway Meat Market, of course, my number one stop. I went to No Frills. I did the one on Pleasant Street. I find it much easier to get in and out of their parking lot. And then I did a Flashfood pickup as well. So I'll take you down through everything costs and give you a total at the end. As per usual, first stop, Gateway. Everything you see here is from Gateway Meat Market. So their big sale this week was their 4 packs of peppers on for $1.97. I don't know if you can see them all, but there's 4 packages there. And I know I just bought a giant box of peppers like a week or 2 ago, but they are all stored on the pantry shelves. These will be mostly for fresh eating, and then I will chop and freeze them for over the winter. They also had their Ontario peaches in. I love these peaches. $4.97, and I think they're 3 pounds or 3 liter, I guess, which I think works out to be about the same. Anyhow, $4.97 each. I did buy a bunch of peaches already canned from Gateway a month or 2 ago. So these will all pretty much be for fresh eating, or I might do some sort of baked good with them. Their bananas, as usual, were 77 cents a pound, $1.95 for those 6. $2.97 for the broccoli. I only picked up 1 this week, which is unusual. I usually grab 2. But we have been going through a lot of other greens lately as we're clearing out the garden. We've been heavy on the Swiss chard. So I just bought 1 broccoli. This was unexpected. I think this is just like a flash sale that they're having. $2.97 for the 1 pound. And they are somewhat local, Nova Scotia. So $2.97 for the 1 pound. I bought 2. We have lots of strawberries in the freezer, so these will just be for fresh eating for the week. Now that I'm looking at it, okay, it's not that much. Just peaches, bananas, and strawberries. A bit of fruit this week, but that's okay. We have no problem going through fruit, especially because I bought 5 more containers of yogurt, $1.97 each. It's all the peach yogurt. Fantastic. We went through almost all of it last week, which is crazy, but we haven't had yogurt for a while. Now, just because we're on a budget doesn't mean we have to eat ramen, but oh my gosh, this is one of the better ramens I've had. The 40 packs, they were $12.97. However, they're now down to $9.97. I believe the best before is September 4th, I want to say. I did see it somewhere. We had bought one of these back at the beginning of June when they first got them, and we're almost through that box. So this box will probably last us another 4 months. And then the last thing I grabbed, even though this wasn't technically on sale, was the bone-in chicken breast. It's $8.80 a kilogram, which is at $3.99 a pound. It was $12.60 for these 3, but I've been missing having some chicken because we've mostly been having chicken legs from the freezer. I just wanted something different, so $12.60 for that. So my total came to $61.10, and they do put your savings on there of $83. So that was it for Gateway Meat Market. I then went to No Frills. They had a couple deals on this week that I wanted to hit up. So anyway, I picked up my milk there. $6.94 for the 4 liters, so that's a little bit cheaper than Atlantic Superstore. They had their dish soap, so this is on for the rest of today, is $1 each. That's my price point for stocking up on dish soap. So I bought 10. This will take me into... I'm almost out of dish soap right now. This should take me into maybe about June of next year. I go through at least one of these a month. We wash all our dishes by hand. And of course, there's 3 kids here, so we go through a lot of dishes. This is actually going to be part of my household budget, but it is included in the $200 total. So these came to $11.40, and those will be added to the household budget. Now, I'm starting to think it's the end of the year, coming to the end of the year, so I'm starting to stock up on some of my pantry staples that I want to have for when I do my low spend January. So I did go through and do a pantry list of things I want to look out for. So anytime I'm at No Frills, I do find their pantry items are much cheaper. So the 1.8 kilogram of the red split lentils was $4.29, and then they had the 1.8 of the black turtle beans was $4.99. Now this isn't a huge savings off the regular price, but I will be canning these black beans, and then the red lentils I use a lot in soups, and I also use it to cut my meat to make it stretch a little further. I picked up 2 of these moong dal snacks. So these were $1.50 each, and then I had a personal offer, so I ended up getting these for $1.35 per bag. I know, not a huge savings, but I will take any savings I can get. This is the big blocks, the 700 gram. Yes, I bought 6 of them. They were $8.79 each, and then I had a personal offer, so I ended up getting $5.40 back in points, which makes these $7.89 each for the 700 grams. Now, I do like to try to stay under $1 per 100 grams for cheese, but I'm finding that harder and harder to find. So these came in at $1.13 per 100 grams. Their hit of the month, and this is at Atlantic Superstore and I believe Shoppers as well, are these tortillas, the 10 packs, $2.50 each. I grabbed 3. These are going to go right down in the freezer. Now, I put this in here. I found this in store. I've been looking around for these and I haven't found them. $1 off for things that have this Blue Dairy Farmers. And as you can see, it's yogurt, cream cheese, sour cream, ice cream. So I've grabbed 3. They're good till the end of December. They did have quite a few there, but I know a lot of people are looking for these, so I didn't want to take too many. So I bought 1 lean ground beef, and then I bought 2 of the breaded chicken strips. So they were $10 a bag, and then for each bag, you got 3,000 points back, which makes these $7 a bag. So my total at No Frills, okay, so $11.40 for the dish soap. And then for everything else came to $113.88. I did get $14.70 back in points, making my total at No Frills $99.18 for the grocery items. Flashfood. First thing I grabbed was the Swiss cheese. If you've ever watched this channel before, you know we love Swiss cheese. So you see they have the blue. Now, if this hadn't been through Flashfood, I could have used these coupons on this because it has the blue Canadian Dairy Farmers. So this is the 500 gram. They were a regular 15. I got them for $7.99 each. I grabbed the 2, but then with the service fee, they end up being $8.44 each, or $1.69 per 100 grams. They had their packaged olives. 500 mils were $3 each. I picked up 2, but then of course, once again, that service fee and the tax on the service fee, they come to $3.18 each. Hummus. Now I do make my own hummus, but I can't make my hummus for this price. These were 50 cents each. I picked up 3, so with the service fee, 53 cents each. Now, all these mushrooms, if you can believe it, were on for 50 cents a piece. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I've never even tried any of these mushrooms before. So I got 4 packs of each. So 53 cents for each pack. 4 of these white beach, and then 4 of these seafood mushrooms. So my total at Flashfood, so that's for the 2 cheese, the 8 mushrooms, 2 olives, and 3 things of hummus, came to $29.05. So if you're following along, that makes everything on this table come up to $200.73. And of course, that breaks down to the $11.40 for the household items, and then $189.33 for groceries. If you've stayed this long, I thought it'd be kind of neat to go over. Remember those Sobeys deals from the last 6 weeks? Anyone who budget grocery shops knows about them. I'm going to show you everything I bought with the Sobeys deal those last 6 weeks and what it would have cost if I had to pay full price. Here we go. Over the 6 weeks, I purchased 3 450 gram Cheese Whiz and 1 barbecue sauce, 8 1 kilogram peanut butter, and 10 blocks of cream cheese. I also purchased 13 Jell-O and 6 300 ml ketchup. Additionally, I purchased 9 Mio and 10 Alfredo sauce, 16 of the chip dips, and 2 of the 900 grams of coffee. My total came to $99.70 that I spent out of pocket. At Superstore, it would have been $418.67 for a total savings of 76.2%. Seriously, one of the best offers I have seen in years. If you'd like to see full videos, check out the link in my bio for my YouTube channel. Bye now.